Hello everyone, and welcome inside of the O2 Arena in London, England, for what is going to be the most historic night in the history of Purity Strong Style Pro Wrestling. Tonight, we crown not one, but two world champions. And we begin by closing out the Women's Championship Tournament. Making her way down to the ring, Alexis Windsor, daughter and progeny of the legendary Sir Alex Windsor, who of course is the proprietor of the Iron Lords Academy right here in London. Windsor victorious in the first round against Irish woman Kira Braden. Tonight, she faces off against a fellow countrywoman here of the United Kingdom, but one of a very, very distinctive pedigree, if you will. One who's had a very, very unique change in attitude as well as appearance since the last time that we saw her. I of course speak of the Duchess Tiffany Queensberry. She won her first round matchup against Rebel Madden, sporting and showing off this ivory diamond white motif, very much similar to her BFF, the newly crowned XWA Diamond Champion Isis Diamante. So let's have a look at the current brackets of the tournament. It will be Windsor and Queensberry kicking the night off, immediately followed by Michaela Nystrom versus the Warrior Queen Talena. And the winners of their respective contests will face off in the finals to see who becomes the first ever Purity Women's Champion. As the ref calls for the bell, this match is underway, and Alexis Windsor showing off a little ground superiority to open things up. Clean break on the tie-up there in the ropes, and wow, look at that. Just like that, Windsor with a flatliner, but Queensberry quickly counters a kick with a dragon screw. And here we see some quintessential Duchess action. Both of these ladies well versed in that British strong style of professional wrestling. You're going to see plenty of holds, plenty of suplexes, plenty of technical moves throughout the course of this matchup. And it's a seesaw battle as we open things up here. But another big move by Windsor. Beautiful spine buster. And now, oh wow, a wheelbarrow neck breaker. But a kick right to the top of the head by Queensberry, followed by a running clothesline. Quickly gets her out of that predicament and back on the offense with a backbreaker. Now the Duchess looking to pull off something big here. Suplex into an armbar, nicely done. And immediately switching positions here. Possibly going for an arm breaker here. Oh, wow. Stretching the shoulder blades and the chest cavity in directions that they are not meant to go. Look at that side step though by Windsor. Into a standing Hurricane Rana. Follows up into a pinfall, only a 1 count. And Queensberry rolls out of the ring to regroup. Windsor on the follow, but maybe she walked her way into a trap right there. Just those split seconds outside of the ring enough for Queensberry to recuperate and administer some offense, dropping Windsor onto the steel stairs. And now the Duchess has regained control. And look at this show of disrespect by Queensberry, kicking up virtual dirt to Alexis Windsor. Queensberry now grounding things here, standing headlock, but Windsor manages to get out of it. Irish whip. Looked like she was going for a scoop slam, but Queensberry a step ahead. And now follows up with a snap suplex, center of the ring. And again, the cockiness of Tiffany Queensberry. She is full of herself and has every reason to. But perhaps that show of arrogance might be her undoing. As Windsor, the fisherman suplex, dusts things off, but Queensberry popping right back to her fate. Only a 1 count though after the clothesline in the corner. Kick to the small of the back, but that only succeeded in agitating Windsor, who delivers a Novocaine. Very similar to the KO that is used by Sierra K. Windsor follows up with a beautiful suplex, no bridge, and now applies the submission hold here, stretching out the shoulder blades. That could rip your arm right out of the socket. In most contests, Tiffany Queensberry is the one who is the submission specialist. This is one of those rare occasions where she's faced off against an opponent who is just as versed in submission wrestling as she is. But I don't think Windsor is as adept in pure viciousness as Queensberry, as we see from that draping DDT. And now Queensberry continuing to administer her offense. Series of clotheslines. And a knee trembler. Out of nowhere. So quick and sudden. But I don't think it had quite the effect that she thought it would. As Windsor back to her feet quickly. But still, Queensberry able to lock in a double underhook suplex. And now follows up with a coat of arms. Hooks the leg. And no. Windsor kicks out. And Tiffany Queensberry cannot believe it. This crowd here in London firmly behind Alexis Windsor as she tries to will her way back into this contest. And that is certainly a step in the right direction. With a knee in the corner followed by that back suplex. And Alexis Windsor could be looking to finish this thing off here as she delivers the Tesseract. 1, 2, no. 2 count only. But here comes Windsor. Right back on the attack. Single leg. Drop kick. A second drop kick and now a rolling neck breaker. Beautiful combination there. But Queensberry with a timely counter. And listen to this crowd. They are definitely not very fond of the Duchess. As conceited and self-centered and stubborn as you could possibly imagine. They want nothing more right now than to see Alexis Windsor take her down a peg or two here tonight en route to the finals and possibly the Purity Women's Championship as Windsor goes for the cover again. And once again, a near fall. And once again, Queensberry getting worked over on the ground here. Another shoulder lock being applied by Windsor. At least for the moment, Alexis Windsor is running her offense to perfection. You gotta believe her father is looking on, watching this match, as Windsor once again delivers that fall-away suplex. And only a count of 2 for her efforts. But she is continuing to apply pressure to the Duchess. She would be wise to continue to administer offense, but no. That one brief moment of appealing to this crowd, enough to get Queensberry time to recuperate. And now she's the one on the attack and is locked on to that left leg of Alexis Windsor. Now what has Queensberry got planned here? Carrying Windsor to the corner, driving her into the turnbuckle and then tossing her away like yesterday's garbage. Now here comes Queensberry again, front headlock into a knee breaker, follows up with a dragon screw. Again, targeting that left leg, and now applies a single leg Boston Crab. And this is where the Duchess is at her most dangerous, when she locks onto a single appendage and works it over to the point of complete immobility. But it looks like Windsor might still have enough fight in her as she gets out of that submission and takes Queensberry sky high. And now it looks as if Alexis Windsor is going to attempt to fight fire with fire. An innovative submission hold here. Kind of like a combination of a sickle lock. Applying more pressure to the arms as well as the legs. But Queensberry fights out of it, and wow, that was a stiff shot. Look at Windsor, however, only getting agitated by those two strikes, delivering 3 that just absolutely leveled the Duchess. And now Windsor to the top rope. Once again, maybe taking too much time here. But no, just enough time to deliver the corkscrew moonsault, and no, only a 2 count. But what an impressive display of athleticism there by Alexis Windsor on the high-risk maneuver. Now what's she gonna do to follow up here? Falling reverse DDT. And now Windsor planning her next strategy, looking for something big here. Was possibly going for another Tesseract, but Queensberry counters and delivers another knee trembler off the Irish whip. A scintillating blow, and this time Alexis Windsor does feel the full effect of that strike. And now it looks as if things are about to go from bad to worse. Windsor draped along the bottom rope as Queensberry, delivers double heels right to the temple. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. And now Queensberry will look to probably finish this off. Well, it looked like she was going to go for the coat of arms. Same position, but instead she transitions into this sickle lock of her own here. And she has got it locked in tight. Alexis Windsor trying her best to resist the pain that she's suffering. But it looks like it's too much. It looks like she's gonna tap out. She taps. Windsor taps. And Tiffany Queensberry moves on to the finals. Let's take a look at the replay. This match ended up being a war of attrition, as both of these women delivering everything and then some. Tesseract by Windsor. Later on in the match, she delivers this beautiful corkscrew moonsault. Unsuccessful on both occasions. But in the end, Queensberry with some vicious shots. Knee trembler, that drive-by kick, and this brand new submission maneuver. A new tool in the arsenal from the Duchess. That was enough for her to score the submission victory against Alexis Windsor. And the O2 crowd here is none too pleased as the native of Blackpool gets the better of the Londoner. As we take a look at the updated tournament brackets, and Tiffany Queensberry reaches the final stretch. She advances to the finals and will face off against the winner of our next contest. The upset special Michaela Nystrom versus the Warrior Queen, Talena. And now straight away, the second half of this semi-final round is about to begin. We already know now that Tiffany Queensberry will be awaiting the winner of this contest. As out to the stage comes Michaela Nystrom. Here looking dramatically different from when we first saw her, when she pulled off quite possibly the biggest upset in the tournament, eliminating the St. Petersburg Massacre Natasha in the very first round. She says that the changes are more than just cosmetic. This is an evolution of sorts, a caterpillar blossoming into a butterfly. Well, we'll see exactly just how much she blooms here tonight, as she looks to pull off maybe perhaps another huge upset against an opponent who, much like her previous one, is an odds-on favorite to win this tournament. I, of course, speak of the ever-present Warrior Queen. This is Talena Nkrumah, sovereign of the nation of Sodiaye, the last ever World Wrestling Alliance Emerald Champion, and truly a legend in her own right, looking to make this a triumphant return after many years away from the professional wrestling world. What a comeback it would be for her to become the first ever Purity Women's Champion. And what a match this is gonna be. Stylistically, if you can believe it, Nystrom and Nkrumah are very evenly matched. Tremendous athletic competitors. If anything, I would probably give the power advantage to Nystrom and the agility and speed advantage to Talena. Right now, however, Nystrom very wisely neutralizing Nkrumah, slowing things down and immediately targeting one of her arms. It would probably be a smarter idea to go after Talena's legs, but oh my goodness! Nystrom wasting no time trying to do some big damage, and it backfired, diving out of the ring only into the awaiting knees of the Warrior Queen. Nkrumah now with Nystrom back in the ring. Kick to the gut, tries again, but Nystrom one step ahead. Delivers the dragon screw and now sees the one, kicking Talena. And now Nystrom showing off some power with an impressive deadlift German suplex with a bridge. Only a 1 count, however. Still a lot of fight left in the Warrior Queen as she eats another suplex. This time Northern Lights variety, but look at Talena back to her feet. Kick to the gut and retaliates with a brain buster. And more retaliation from Talena. Nystrom opened this match up with some attacks to Nkrumah's arm. And Talena repays the favor. Follows up with some agility, and there goes the power. This unorthodox mix of strength and speed that is Talena Nkrumah on display here. And Nystrom retaliates with some power of her own. And now here comes Michaela Nystrom with a hamstring stretch. Goes for a cover afterwards, not even a 1 count. I don't think you would normally get a pinfall from a move like that. But Nystrom wise enough to continue applying pressure, cranking and torquing at her opponent here. But once again, the intestinal fortitude, the pure resiliency of Talena to fight out of that hold. But she goes from out of the frying pan and into the fire. Irish whip, eats a back elbow, and then once again is lynched onto that top rope. Nystrom showing off some impressive upper body strength. Tried to go for a kick though, but look at Talena slipping the strike and following up with a German suplex of her own with a bridge. 1 count only. And now Talena with that flipping lariat. Nicely done. Just as I said at the start of this match, these two women are very evenly matched in terms of their overall ability and skill sets. As Talena just manhandles, or should I say woman handles, Nystrom with a series of high impact slams, powerbomb and a choke suplex, but Nystrom fighting right back, if only for a brief moment of time. This has just been back and forth. Despite the incredible offense on display, neither woman taking full control thus far. But Nystrom going for a cover here. Only a 1 count after that spectacular somersault back elbow into the corner. And no, wait a second. It looked like Nystrom was going to try to follow up with another big move. But the quickness of Talena to get out of that situation. But just like that, Nystrom regains momentum again. And once again, going with the chain wrestling. A little bit more damage to the arm there of Talena, followed by that back suplex. And it looked like she was going to try to do something else in the corner, but Talena powers out of that situation. Maybe a little bit too excited, however, as now Nystrom regains her composure. And now she's the one who delivers the powerbomb. Flips into a cover, but only a 1 count. And my goodness. These two have been throwing everything in the kitchen sink at each other. And still, nobody has even been able to accumulate a pinfall to the count of 2. Here's another attempt, and another 1 count. These two are basically tiring each other out here at this point in the match. It's gonna take something huge to really gain some momentum here. Wait, what the hell? Nystrom with a double tuck backflip springboard off the ropes into a helicopter hurricane runner. And now Nystrom drops Talena. She calls that move the Stockholm Syndrome. And only a count of 2 there, even after the impressive offense. However, that's the first count of 2. And now Nystrom, right back to the arms, right back to the attack. Very smart strategy on her part to try to continue to administer the offense. But here comes Nkrumah. But here comes Nystrom. Talena missed on one of those strikes, and Nystrom makes her pay with a double underhook suplex. Now Michaela to the top rope. Hurricane Rana. And now a beautiful drop kick and a second one. Back-to-back ducks under. And follows up with a splash center of the ring. And just like that, it appears that Nystrom, well, almost had control of the match, it would seem. But here comes the Warrior Queen. What she got planned here? No. Nystrom with a counter. But steps right into another gut kick and is about to eat another brain buster. That one certainly had an effect, as you could see Nystrom clutching at her neck. But how much? Well, she's still got enough fight to be able to deliver a side effect. After getting back to her feet, hook the leg, and no. 2.9. The ref's hand almost hit the ground before Talena's shoulder rose to the air. And now back once again with the power. Another deadlift German by Nystrom. This time no bridge, all impact. But Nkrumah bouncing right back up and firing back with that backbreaker. And now, oh, wow. In the corner, stiff kick to a draped Nystrom, and then follows up with another one of those choke suplexes. And now Nkrumah hooking the leg, but unsuccessful in the pinfall attempt. And now Talena once more. Oh my God. Wow. A flapjack, and Nystrom practically hit all 3 points of the corner, but yet she is back on her feet, showing off some intestinal fortitude of her own. And look at Michaela Nystrom again with the athleticism. Incredible. Super kick, straight jacket combination there. And now Nystrom is gonna go for another cover. Wisely so. 1, 2, and no. Once again, the Warrior Queen kicks out. And now it appears that Nystrom needed a second to regroup, to plan her next strategy of attack. A second Stockholm Syndrome. Hooks the far leg this time, center of the ring, and again, Talena kicks out. Nystrom slapping the canvas in frustration. She is hitting everything. All the big guns are being fired right now. But yet Talena still has enough in her to fight back. And for the third time, no, this time she goes for a gourd buster. Same setup as the previous two brain busters she performed earlier in the match. But this time, Nystrom goes face first into the canvas as opposed to head first. As the action spills outside of the ring, Nkrumah with the quickness on the strikes to cut off Nystrom as she attempted to recover. Kick right to the small of the back there, and now what does Talena have planned? Another one of those parkour style leg drops. And another standard leg drop right to the back of the elbow and the forearm of Nystrom. Those hurt. There is no expert opinion there. It simply hurts. And now, Nkrumah. Talena Nkrumah with a rebound German suplex. And could the momentum have swung in her favor? Hook the leg. 2 and no. What a display we are seeing in this contest. This is a title fight. This is basically a title fight. Each one of these matches in this second round of this women's championship tournament is a title match because these women are basically fighting for the vacant, still yet to be obtained Purity Women's Championship. So you had better believe that they're pulling out all the stops, because anything less isn't worthy of being called a world champion. And once again, Nkrumah fighting out of another working hold by... Wait, whoa! Snap German suplex just like that. If you blink, you'll miss it. Nystrom so quick with the offense. And another combination into another suplex with a bridge. Continuing to try to put her opponent away, but no dice. You have to commend Nystrom on the effort though. She is trying to finish this match. Another Northern Lights suplex. And Nystrom now starting to feel the effects. Taking a breather. Looks like she might be going for a third Stockholm Syndrome, but not this time. She's a forearm. Delivers a forearm back. Takes another forearm to the back. And now Nkrumah with a series of kicks. Wow, this is crazy. One of these women will move on to the final round to face the Duchess Tiffany Queensberry for the honor of becoming the inaugural Purity Women's Champion. And then on top of that, there's still the Men's Championship, the Purity World Title, which will be decided between Cameron Knox, Julian Baptiste, and Simon Chase. There is definitely a lot happening here tonight. A lot that we've already seen and that we will continue to see as it moves on. If the goal of Purity is to show that world-class pro wrestling takes place in Europe as it does in the United States, Japan, and Mexico, I think the mission has been more than accomplished thus far with this showing. Here's Nkrumah charging in. Monkey flip. And now we're starting to see the punishment administered by both of these ladies taking effect. Nystrom very slowly crawling into the corner, but not out of harm's way. Here's Talena with Nystrom on the top turnbuckle, and oh my goodness. Top rope German suplex. It's gotta be over. No. No, it's not. Incredible. Wait a second, Nystrom just popped right back up and oh my God. Presses Talena off of the turnbuckle. And again, another beautiful drop kick. Once again with this combination of drop kicks followed by the splash. And Michaela Nystrom is looking to make it splash here in London, England. I said at the start of this match this would be another upset if she could pull off this victory. I think that's discrediting the talent and the ability of Michaela Nystrom. She is proving herself here tonight. Can she do so with a victory? No. Another near fall. And a beautiful Samoan drop to follow up. And Nystrom with the Asai moonsault. Incredible athleticism by the native of Stockholm, Sweden. Drops the knee from the second rope here. And now what she got planned? Maybe trying to slow things up here. Oh! Arm breaker yet again, going for the appendages of the Warrior Queen. And there's a combination backing Talena into the ropes. The Kruma now on her knees at the mercy of Nystrom. And oh, wow. Innovative arm breaker there. Kind of nonchalantly combines as a neck breaker as well. And oh! Nystrom attempting to go high risk again, but this time Talena with the counter. Having none of it. And eats a chop and a second one by Nystrom. But here comes Talena on the retaliation. Ducking under. An incredible display of athleticism by Nkrumah as well. What a match. What a match this has turned out to be. Nkrumah whips Nystrom into the corner. And I think I know what's about to happen next here. Bounces off the ropes and blows Nystrom away with the pounce. And that is usually the setup for the Call of the Wild. Down goes Nystrom. Talena hooks the leg. And the Warrior Queen moves on. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a wrestling clinic. As we take a look at the replay, both of these ladies pulling out all the stops to ensure victory and advance to the finals of this Women's Championship tournament. Incredible athleticism, power, and speed being shown off by both of these women, but in the end, Talena with just too much impact. The pounce, followed by the Call of the Wild, is enough for Talena to score the pinfall victory and advance to the final round of the Purity Women's Championship Tournament. And as we take a look at the updated brackets, it's gonna be a battle of royalty of sorts, as the Duchess, Tiffany Queensberry, will now face off against the Warrior Queen. So before we get into our championship matches, a special exhibition contest. And when word got out that one of these matches was scheduled for tonight's event. This man right here was the first to sign the dotted line. This, of course, the product of Greenwich, Connecticut, Jeremy Pendleton III, one of only 3 American competitors signed to regular contracts, full-time contracts with Purity. And who can remember the barn burner that he had in the first round of the Purity World Championship Tournament, ultimately losing to Julian Baptiste, who incidentally will be a part of the Triple Threat Championship match to close out the evening. But for JP3, he felt he still needed to show everyone what it is that he is capable of. So as I said, when the word got out that there would be an exhibition match to accompany the tournament and championship battles here tonight, he was first in line to say, "I'm in, and it doesn't even matter who it is that I face." But of course, that's the thing. We don't know who he's going to be facing here tonight. He doesn't know who he's going to be facing here tonight because it's been billed a mystery opponent. Someone who is making a return. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Well, Jeremy Pendleton doesn't seem to be too concerned about who it is that's about to come out. He should be though, because this man is one of the most dominant figures in professional wrestling. And he makes his return to European soil for the first time in well over 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Angelus Aurelius, the man formerly known as the God King Orion, the former XWA World Heavyweight Champion, and not to mention the former undefeated, undisputed XWA Heavyweight Champion. In a span that he spent within the Extraordinary Wrestling Association, he never lost a match until he lost that title match to Christian Phoenix at XWA Solstice. And since then, of course, he's had a dramatic change in attitude, dubbing himself the Fallen King, to signify the fact that his arrogant ways and his hubris led to his downfall. And of course, from that moment on, Angelus has had a laser sharp focus on improving his skills and not just relying on what he already knows. That, of course, led to some extensive tours over in Japan and ultimately brings him back home, so to speak. Here in a European ring for the first time in half a decade against a young stallion in Jeremy Pendleton III. This is going to be a tremendous challenge for JP3, but it looks like he's up for the challenge. And he has his opponent well scouted. Beautiful counter off of the belly to belly. He follows up with that spine buster. But he can't counter a second belly to belly. Off the Irish whip by Angelus. And a stiff clothesline right to the back of the neck in the corner by Aurelius. Now the Fallen King applying a single leg grab. Perhaps a little too early in the match to try a submission maneuver, however. But that doesn't matter. Angelus is going to hit you with a myriad of offense. despite his over 350-pound frame, 1% body fat. The man is one of the most versatile big men in all of professional wrestling. And if you expect to see nothing more than just power, then you really don't have things as scouted as you think you do. As Pendleton rolling Angelus up, I think he might have had a handful of the tights. Only a 2 count though, not even a 2 count, a 1 count. But JP3, very wisely, continuing the assault here. Taking a page out of Angelus's book with that belly to belly. Nicely done. And another spine buster. And now Aurelius breaks up the offense there, but JP3 again, using a certain amount of quickness to get out of harm's way. But right back into harm's way now. And now Angelus lynching Pendleton on that top rope. Hook in the leg. Only a 1 count though. Both men trying to feel each other out here. And now Angelus slowing the pace down with this chin lock. Center of the ring. And JP3 successfully gets out of that hold by way of the Ace Crusher. Now a series of strikes by Pendleton. Little rope-a-dope action by JP3. Irish whip. And another beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. I think that might have took as much out of JP3 as it did Angelus. Had to take a breather. That's 350 pounds right there. You don't pick that up very easily. And now Pendleton is the one slowing things up. With a different variation of a chin lock. Referee in position to monitor the hold, make sure it's not a rear naked choke. But Angelus with a series of elbows right to the breadbasket. And once again, the Fallen King using the top rope as a weapon. Aurelius now, Irish whip, and a stalemate there. Both men running into each other. And now, JP3 with a series of atomic drops. Reverse atomic drops. Right to the lower extremities of Angelus. And from low to high, look at the power of Jeremy Pendleton III. Hanging suplex. Taking several pages out of Angelus's playbook. As he goes for the cover and only gets a count of 2. JP3 in disbelief. But there's a reason why Angelus was undefeated for almost 3.5 years. It's because he can take punishment. He can take a beating. And you need an almost Herculean effort, for lack of a better term, to put him away. We might just very well see that right now. No. Pendleton looking for the big offense, but Angelus on the counter and delivers a scintillating German suplex. And now, the Fallen King with a Fall of Olympus. 1, 2, and no. Incredibly enough, Pendleton manages to escape, but unable to fully capitalize, as right back on the attack is Aurelius, but right back on the retaliation is Pendleton. And JP3 is building more confidence as this match goes on. And right now he is overwhelming the Fallen King. Another stiff, high and tight spine buster. And Pendleton questionably taking his time to follow up here. Now he's got Angelus in the corner. and jams him face first into the turnbuckle. Oh my goodness. That last one, I think, might have busted Angelus open. And now JP3 will look to put this one to bed. Mark of excellence. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg. And no. Wow. Angelus kicks out. And now Pendleton, not a small man by any stretch of the imagination, going to unbridled territory, perched on that top turnbuckle, and crashes down with an elbow. Follows up with a ground suplex. And once again tries to hook the leg. Trying desperately now to finish his opponent. Drop kick right to the back of the neck, and look at Aurelius bouncing back to his feet. And yeah, you can see the blood flowing from the forehead of the fallen king. As if it even makes any difference right now. Lariat, back, body drop. And now Angelus is the one who delivers the Spine Buster. And here comes Angelus with that front falling slam he calls the Redeemer. Hooks the leg. And no. Pendleton with enough in the tank to get the shoulder up. But just how much does he have left in the tank? Because Angelus has something else in mind here. Hoisting JP3 up and again down. The fall of Olympus. And this time around, the second time is the charm. And Angelus Aurelius stands victorious. But it wasn't without a fight, folks. As we look at the replay, Jeremy Pendleton III was more than game and definitely displayed some power. Definitely displayed exactly what it is that he brings to the proverbial dance. But there's an age-old saying, when you see your own blood coming out of your body, one of two things is gonna happen. You either fold or you fight harder. Suffice to say, Angelus is in the second category. Because from that moment on, it appears that a sleeping giant awoke. And it was just too much for JP3 to withstand. As he administers a second fall of Olympus, this time for the 1, 2, 3. And after 5 years away from Europe, he might be bleeding, but he still stands triumphant as he celebrates with this London crowd. Angelus Aurelius back in European wrestling. And oh man, the rest of the Purity roster, including the 3-man going for the World Championship later tonight, had better be on notice. But coming up next, the time has finally come to crown the first ever World Champions in Purity history. Our first order of business is the women's title, the final match between the Duchess Tiffany Queensberry and the Warrior Queen Talena. Both women back in the ring. What started with 8 has come down to 2. And one of these two combatants will walk out of the O2 Arena as the inaugural Purity Women's Champion. As Queensberry takes the initiative with a forearm shot. I don't think it's a good idea to try to outstrike the Warrior Queen, however, as she shows off her combat prowess with that scintillating combination. And continues to pour it on in the corner. But now Queensberry quickly regains the upper hand, delivers a couple of knife-edge chops, and now proceeds to rake the forearm right against the face of Talena Nkrumah. Queensberry now front headlock, snapmare, and now applies a chin lock, torquing at the neck and shoulders of her opponent here tonight, trying to slow the pace down. This is definitely a case of polar opposites. In Talena, that unorthodox mix of power and speed and quickness. And of course, Queensberry with that signature European British style, much more grounded and methodical. And she's going to have to play to her strengths and try her best to slow down the offensive onslaught of the Warrior Queen. Unsuccessful in that exchange, however. Beautiful flipping clothesline. We saw her use that earlier tonight in a match against Michaela Nystrom, as well as that nasty powerbomb. Here's the cover. And only a count of two after dumping Queensberry onto the mat. Let's see what the Warrior Queen has planned for a follow-up here. Flipping neck breaker to a grounded Duchess. Now front headlock, and Talena in control. But just like that, trying to apply something against the ropes gives Queensberry enough time to regroup. And she makes Talena pay with that draping DDT against the middle rope. And now Queensberry follows up with a stiff backbreaker. Here comes the Duchess, another forearm shot. And a shot to the gut now raking against the face of Talena. And putting her in a prone position for a curb stomp. What a dangerous move that is. That could cause a severe concussion. And if that doesn't, then a straight knee right to the face could do the same. Queensberry with the cover, but only a 2 count. After some more devastating offense. We saw the brutality that she is capable of with those knees of hers, demonstrated against Alexis Windsor in the very first match of the evening. Now here's Queensberry again, after slowing the pace down again. A snap suplex. Drags Talena to the center of the ring. And more signature offense by the Duchess. Just absolutely mauling the Warrior Queen on the ground. Kinda apropos the fact that Talena wears tiger stripes. Tigers are certainly animals that are definitely used to mauling their prey. At this present moment in the match, Talena Nkrumah is the prey, and Tiffany Queensberry is the predator. And she's gonna look to feast right now on her opponent, continuing this assault. And now looking for the big move, but no. Talena catches Queensberry by the leg and proceeds to drop her to the mat again with another power bomb. And now, speaking of power, the old school giant swing, tossing the Duchess for a loop. And the fans inside of the O2 Arena showing their appreciation for the display of power being shown off here by the Warrior Queen, and here comes some more. Carting Queensberry into the corner and dropping her face first into the top turnbuckle. And now the Kruma follows up with a running knee. Straight to the face. And now Talena with Queensberry in position for the Umono Kalo. Into the cover, but only a 2 count. The namesake of Talena's finishing move translates from Zulu literally to the word damage. And she certainly caused some big damage with it and looks to continue that, but no. Tried to go for the flying elbow, gets dumped onto the canvas and sent out the ring to try to regroup. But Queensberry, right on the attack, will look to put on some damage of her own outside in no man's land. There we see again that suplex armbar combination and transitioning it into another arm breaker. And every time Tiffany Queensberry regains control of this match, the fans are definitely not too shy to let their disapproval be heard to the self-proclaimed Duchess. And I think quite possibly she revels in the fact that there are so many people out there who dislike her, who despise her and her way of life, her family wealth, her actual connection to British royalty, and obviously the company she keeps in the form of Isis Diamante, who of course questionably and controversially seized the XWA Diamond Championship at XWA Madness. And what a story that is to be told. The status of Haley Jonas. But wait a second. Queensberry, her feet's on the ropes as she tried to go for the cover. Tiffany Queensberry tried to steal the victory there. And I don't think Talena and the Kruma quite like that. Another powerbomb. Good grief. That has got to be the most brutal powerbomb in the business, without question. And here comes the Warrior Queen, firing on all cylinders, kipping back up after laying Queensberry out. You had to know that Queensberry would stoop to whatever low she can to ensure victory, as the Kruma makes her pay yet again for her sins. That flipping flapjack. And now follows up with a swinging neck breaker into a falling splash. What an impressive combination that is. Once again, the Kruma with Queensberry on the ropes. Literally. But no. She played possum. Queensberry played possum into a tiger bomb, but unsuccessful. Quick and sudden offense there by Queensberry, who now takes it to the ground and applies a triangle hold to the Warrior Queen and omoplata, applying pressure to the arm, the shoulders, and the neck, as Queensberry tries to squeeze the very life out of Talena Nkrumah. But the Warrior Queen back to her feet and powers out of the hold. A testament to the woman's strength, but oh, just like that, Queensberry delivers the knee trembler. Far leg is hooked, but only a 2 count. What a shot by the Duchess, though. Talena is still down and out on the mat as Queensberry in unbridled territory, going to the top rope here. She even shakes her head in possible disbelief of what the hell am I doing up here? But she makes it pay off as she delivers the moonsault and goes for yet another cover, but unsuccessful in picking up the 3 count yet again. And a bit of ego settling in now for the Duchess. I think she might think that she has this thing in the bag, but I wouldn't be too overconfident with a woman who has the level of resilience as Talena Nkrumah. Look at that. She just ate everything like it was nothing. And Queensberry eats a knee of her own. Wow. Nkrumah, front headlock, dragging Queensberry to the turnbuckle yet again. And this time, oh my goodness! She just tossed her clear across the ring with that beer. Unbelievable power by the Warrior Queen, and now Talena getting the crowd behind her as she stands on the apron. Springboard frog splash. Incredible. But still only a 2 count for her troubles. This match is certainly living up to the hype. Purity Women's Championship on the line. And we could see a crowning right now. Talena delivers the pounce. And the fans inside of the O2 Arena are on their feet. Talena Umenakalo for the 2nd time in this match. But this time she does not go for the pin. No, she's going to try to put the exclamation point on this contest in the corner. Call of the Wild. And the intensity, the energy in this arena is palpable. We could be seeing the crowning of a new champion right here as Queensberry rolls out to the outside. And wait a second. Hold on. Coming down the ramp is this mystery woman. I don't know who the hell she is, but she's trading barbs with Talena. Queensberry still incapacitated outside of the ring, but this blonde lady was in attendance with Tiffany Queensberry at XWA Madness during the Diamond Championship match. And now she has asserted herself in this championship match by laying out Talena. What the hell is going on here? The referee has no choice but to allow this because there is no disqualification in this championship contest. But look at Talena. Pure intensity. As she subdues this woman. I don't even know her name, but I know what her fate is about to be. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Suicide spear. And whoever she is, I think she might be second guessing her course of action here. She gets dumped out onto the ramp. Talena Nkrumah is feeling what. Wait a second. Queensberry's back up to her feet. Queensberry. using the distraction to recuperate, delivers another knee trembler and now a coat of arms against that steel plating at the end of the ribway. Good God, no, let's not. Please don't let this championship match end like this. Not like this. Queensberry again just soaking up the ire of London as she goes for the pin. This is it. No. No. Talena kicks out. The match continues. And the intensity has turned up 5 notches. Queensberry with Talena reeling, but no. A second win by the Warrior Queen. Irish whip. And look at Talena. The athleticism on the spinning elbow. And now the Warrior Queen calling out the Duchess. Drops it with a running clothesline. My God, this match could just go either way. Another combination by Talena into a cover, but only another count of 2. She's gonna go big here. She's gonna go big. Frog splash from the second rope. Nkrumah back in control. Dragging Queensberry to the ropes. What you gonna do here? How about a springboard powerbomb? Incredible power by Nkrumah. And she is feeling the energy of this crowd as she continues to hopefully try to put the finishing touches on Tiffany Queensberry. To the ropes again. From the corner. And the pounce. For the second time in this match. I do not believe Tiffany Queensberry can survive a third Umanakalo if that is what Talena has in mind. Nope. Looks like she has something even bigger in mind. To the top turnbuckle. Nkrumah. Top rope Hurricane Rana. And now she's going to the top rope yet again. High risk maneuver coming up. If she hits it, it's over. No! Oh my God! What the hell just happened? Queensberry raised the knees and moved out of the way of the 540 moonsault. And oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, we have just crowned the inaugural Purity Women's Champion. As we look at the replay here, this interference by this best friend of Queensberry's looked like it might have possibly paid dividends at the onset because it bought the Duchess time to hit this knee trembler outside of the ring and followed up with a coat of arms right onto the steel. But Nkrumah was able to fight back to this point right here that I thought she surely had things in hand. But Queensberry maneuvered herself out of the way of the 540 moonsault. delivers another coat of arms and scores the pinfall victory. And now, the final brackets. As you see right here, Tiffany Queensberry being awarded the Purity Women's Championship. And here inside of the O2 Arena, the fans, as they have been the entire night, giving her their opinion, as if it matters. The only thing that matters right now is that Tiffany Queensberry will go down in history as the first woman to hold that championship belt in the sky. The Duchess has made history here tonight. And she is the inaugural Purity Women's Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for the main event of the evening. One title has been awarded, and there is only one more left up for grabs. The Purity World Championship. And one of these three men will be the first to take it home. Approaching the ring, the black sheep of the Windsor Academy, Simon Chase, the submission specialist, the brutal tactician who thinks himself to be Europe's greatest wrestler. Well, he'll certainly make a strong claim towards that if he manages to win this match here tonight and walk out of here with the World Championship. Chase trained among the Iron Lords for years, alongside of the former XWA National Champion Union King. It was not a friendly relationship. Chase believes, as I said before, that he is the greatest progeny to ever set foot out of that academy. And the rivalry between him and King draws long and far. It would certainly be an icing on the cake for Chase to come out of here with a world championship, whereas Union King failed in his previous attempt for a world title. But much like the Iron Asylum at XWA Madness, the path to championship gold goes through multiple opponents. And this man right here is one of them. He goes by the name, of course, of Cameron Knox. And he is one of the fan favorites here in Purity. A strong man, a powerhouse, reminiscent to the late, great British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. A lot of wrestling insiders draw many parallels between Knox and the British Bulldog. Of course, if Cameron Knox has anything to say about it, there'll be one thing that he doesn't hold in common with the Hall of Famer. The fact that he never won the big one. This is a pretty big one here. Knox will hope to come out victorious, as the London faithful hope that this hometown hero can succeed where Alexis Windsor was unable to earlier tonight. And now we await the arrival of the third principal in this contest. A man who has been more than impressive and has certainly made a lot of people turn their heads. Some people even think that he might be the favorite to win this match. I, of course, talk about the Frenchman, Julien Baptiste. A man of influence, as documented previously. Adopted son of Rodolphe Gallas, who was once a co-owner of the former League of Extraordinary Wrestling that would eventually evolve into the Extraordinary Wrestling Association. Baptiste, as popular as he is controversial. Something of a celebrity in Paris, not only because of his in-ring skills, but also his, his many different appearances amongst the elites in the worlds of sports, entertainment, and finance. You check this man's social media, just only a couple of days ago, he was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at one of Prince Hamid Aziz's infamously lavish parties. Some of those pictures are not safe for work. It's like he operates on a completely different wavelength than anyone else on the planet. I mean, just look at the confidence exuding from the man as he slowly marches to the ring. But now that the particulars are out of the way, we are ready for this triple threat match as the referee holds up high the ultimate prize in this company, the Purity World Championship. Triple threat rules are in play. There are no countouts, there is no disqualification, and it is one fall to a finish. The first man to score a pinfall or submission walks out of London with the strap. And you better have eyes in the back of your head at all times, because there is going to be no collusion in this match. There's going to be no joining of forces. Each one of these men won that championship. And when you think of world heavyweight titles, you think of the prestige of the GWGP Heavyweight Championship, and of course, the XWA World Heavyweight Championship. The story of the Purity World title begins here and now with this match and these three men. The man who walks out of this match and carries the title on into the future is basically going to set the tone for what Purity Strong Style Pro Wrestling is all about. Will it be the athleticism and quickness of Julian Baptiste? Will it be the raw power and intestinal fortitude of Cameron Knox? Or the technical acumen and submission prowess of Simon Chase? Well, we'll know at the end of this. Referee, unfortunately, a little too close to the action there. Just now coming to. Baptiste with a DDT. Chase counters the single leg drop kick, but can't counter that classic DDT. But does counter what looked like an Uranagi with a judo style takedown. And now an octopus hold being applied by Chase, but knocks back in the ring to break it up. And Chase eats a couple of right hands and then a power slam. I'm not all the way sure how submission wrestling is going to benefit Simon Chase in a triple threat match. You would have to subdue your opponent long enough to be able to apply a submission long enough to get a tap out. And the gas tanks of Knox and Baptiste are, well, pretty big. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer, if anything, if he wants to try that. But of course, the classic divide and conquer strategy always works as well. And at the present moment, that looks exactly like what it is that Simon Chase plans to do here. Look at this innovative submission combination arm bar, knee bar. But Baptiste able to escape. Again, still a lot of stamina in the case of all of these men, as Knox delivers a knocks out to Simon Chase, but Baptiste breaks it up before the ref can even strike the mat for a 1 count. And And that is basically the gist of a triple threat environment. You've got to wear both your opponents down in order to be able to get anything significant done. Otherwise, your plans can get cut off quite quickly. There goes Chase grabbing at the back of Baptiste's hair with that counter move. And now look at Baptiste going for the submission here. Applying a sharpshooter. Knox unable to break it up the first time, but the second time around he's successful. And my goodness, look at how quick is Julian Baptiste with that famouser, but, well, maybe a little too overconfident. I guess he must have thought that Knox was getting out of the ring to regroup. He was only looking to reposition himself. But just like that, Baptiste back on the attack. Another knee drop off of the ropes. Meanwhile, Chase back in the ring, picking his spots. Look at Simon Chase here, Tiger Bomb. And a pinfall, but no. Couldn't get the shoulders down long enough for the 3. And there goes a single leg drop kick, and now look at the cockiness of Simon Chase. Well, that drop kick certainly hit the mark. Now he'll try to pin Baptiste. Only a 1 count. And a kick right to the back of the neck by Chase, who will look to try to pull off something big here. Front kick right to the chin. Chase again hooks the leg. A third attempt at a pinfall in as many minutes by Simon Chase, who is definitely looking to finish this match as fast as possible. But here comes Knox, like a house of fire. Knocks out on Chase. Lynches Baptiste across the top rope and goes for the cover. But only a count of 2. Chase starting to show some signs of wear and tear. Slow to get back on his feet. And now look at Baptiste with that innovative suplex. Chase playing up to the crowd here. Meanwhile, Baptiste delivers that beautiful frog splash. A low-down dirty shame on Cameron Knox. And a wheelbarrow spine buster. Another innovative bit of offense to Simon Chase by Baptiste, who goes for the cover on Knox, but can only score a count of 2. You need to get 3. And Baptiste will no doubt try to go for number 3 here. Hooks the leg after that combination. But again, a near fall. Cameron Knox just refuses to stay down. And here comes Simon Chase. A knee to Knox, but eats a thrust kick right to the chin by Baptiste. Cover on Chase, unsuccessful by the Flying Frenchman. And now Baptiste setting up something big here. Hoists Simon Chase up and delivers the God Killer. Knox, however, blocks the drop kick and delivers a knocks out on Baptiste. Hooking the leg. 2. No. And now Cameron Knox is feeling it. Looking to gun down the competition. Series of lariats. Ducks under. And a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker that sends Baptiste packing. Knox with the momentum in his favor. And another bulldog power slam connects. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. No. The World Championship is still up for grabs. But for how long? Cameron Knox setting Simon Chase up again. Another knocks out. And Knox with another pin. But Simon Chase kicks out again. Wow. Baptiste back in the ring now. And more innovative offense by Julian Baptiste with that combination. Only a 1 count, however. And Baptiste on the follow. Reverse DDT to Knox on a running clothesline that sends Chase out of the ring. The fans inside of the O2 Arena are on their feet right now. You can feel it. The momentum shift. Something big is about to happen here. And right now, Baptiste eating a heaping helping of elbows there by Cameron Knox, who springboards out of the ring into a guillotine leg drop. Knox with the cover now. Only a 2 count, and Simon Chase gets back into the ring, sneaking his way in with a power bomb, and now he turns it into a Boston Crab, and are you kidding me? Are you kidding? We have got to see the replay on that. Here's some action from earlier in the match. Baptiste with the low-down dirty shame on Cameron Knox. Follows up with this spine buster variation on Simon Chase that sends him to the showers temporarily. And here's Cameron Knox, another bulldog power slam, asserting his will on his opponents as he goes for the cover unsuccessfully. And here goes some more of this back and forth action, which pretty much was the entire match from bell to bell. God Killer by Baptiste on Chase, and the knocks out on Baptiste by Knox. So many momentum shifts throughout this entire match, right up until the very end. Simon Chase, like a thief in the night, takes advantage of Cameron Knox, delivers the power bomb, follows it up into a Boston Crab that forces Knox to instantly tap out. Just not enough left in that very same tank I spoke about earlier. And the brutal tactician successfully made me eat my words. I said it was going to be a challenge for him to win this match by submission, and that's exactly what he did. And now, the awarding of the Purity World Championship to its inaugural title holder, Simon Chase, hoisting it high for this London crowd to soak in. The man from Manchester prevails. And ladies and gentlemen, Purity Chapter 3 comes to an end. On behalf of Purity Strong Style Pro Wrestling and Fine-Tuned Gaming, this is 3X signing off. Good night from London.